Nice hat. Hey, a hat.
Hats off!
Get the hats! Get the hats!
Hats. You'll need hats.
We are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of the Well-Hatted Cinema Club. I'm Eric, joined as always by my incredibly handsome co-host. Give it up for Micah and Brian.
Hey,
guys. It's great to be back with y'all, man. It's August. We're in the dog days of summer. You know, there's some people out there, they're already moving on. They're starting to think about the fall movie slate, you know, football season, what they're going to wear for Halloween. Riley's in my ear. She wants to go as Penelope and Odysseus this year for Halloween. I told her I'm not built
togas?
like that.
Okay.
I
You can just toga it.
Yeah,
It's a fun costume. It's easy, you know.
I'm assuming Riley wants to wear the fake beard again, and that you're going to be Penelope.
Put her in a beanie.
Yeah, last year I made her be one bottle
Bob.
after another. I made her be Bob. So that one didn't go over so well. So she wants to wear like a dress this year, which I get it. She wants to look pretty. But you know, that's all fall. That's all down the line. You know, us fellows at the Well-Hatted Cinema Club, there are still some summer movies that we got to cover. Like in our episode from last week, we talked about Spider-Man Brand New Day. That episode's live on Spotify and YouTube. You know, it's the biggest movie in the world right now. We talked about that. We gave our new updated Spider-Man rankings with Brand New Day in them. So yeah, go check that out on YouTube. Leave a comment, see if you guys agree or disagree with us in our rankings. People get heated about Spider-Man, so
I forgot we did that. I gotta put that up on the short form because I'm sure that'll get people all angry again.
That's right. I'll get the people going, but
Get the people buzzing.
Micah, as always, for editing and running the ship on our YouTube and our Spotify. And then, yeah, as Brian's saying, we got some short form content going out on our TikTok
Yep.
and Instagram. You just put out some stuff about The Invite, one of those movies that wasn't slept on by us, but, you know, we're excited to keep bringing stuff out from our older episodes. But, guys, we didn't cover Tony this week. It only had a limited release in New York, so we kicked it over to Micah to choose our movie of the week this week. So I'm going to kick it over to you, Micah. What did we go watch, brother?
We watched Kurosawa's The Samurai and the Prisoner, which is set in feudal Japan and is about a samurai lord who is under siege in his castle, and he imprisons a friend of his, a former friend that was going to side with who he's a rival samurai lord, and then the bodies start piling up, and he eventually has to turn to his friend turned prisoner to solve these mysteries. And man, what a premise! What a premise! Unfortunately, boring as shit. I
wanted to be so into it.
Oh God, dude. All right. Anyway, we'll get there.
Yeah.
I love Cure, which is another movie by Kurosawa. That's not fast at all. I don't think he really makes these like fast-paced movies. But in my mind, I heard the premise, saw the director, and I was like, he's gonna cloak and dagger the hell out of this. It's gonna be so tense and dramatic and just foreboding. Just, you know, you're trapped in this castle and like the bodies are piling up. And what we got was something more akin to like a stage production of a movie I would have wanted to see.
Well said.
Where you're like, okay, yeah, like, no, they can't have crazy action. We're on a stage. Yeah, I can hear everyone's footsteps all the time. We're on the stage, you know? And then, like, it felt like too historically accurate when we got a scene of the main character making tea for about 2.5 minutes in what should have been an interrogation scene. That's what it kind of dawned on me. I was like, it's not gonna get better. we are going yard. And I was listening to some interviews, and he was saying he was denying some of his trappings as a director to try and do like a homage to some of the older Japanese historical films. I'm forgetting like the specific genre name, and I was like, okay, but I wanted to see this because I heard you were making it, man, and I wanted those trappings. But all in all, it's weird because I can't complain about the performances or the plot or how it looked or anything. I just was way too slow. It was just incredibly glacial, and it just really bothered me. The score was way too sparse. Just every time it came on, I was like, wow, where was this when anything, exciting happened in those rare moments? And then it was like, no, back to wind and the trickling of water and those thumping footsteps. Not at all what I was expected from, this is like a different kind of sword and sandal. It's like a katana and sandal.
Sandal flip. Yeah.
Sandal.
There are sandals still, different kind of sandals.
Yeah, I was like, we should have spent less money on. I mean, everyone's dripped out. Everyone looks incredible.
Costumes are great.
There was like a servant that came out in like dope ass robe, some cool shorts, and I was like, "Fuck, man! Like, where did you guys get these clothes?"
His bodyguards were like that armor was fantastic.
Everyone was, everyone looked incredible. I was like, less money on clothes, maybe more on blood, or I don't know.
Yeah.
Any of the fight scenes, maybe practice them again. I don't know. But again, that's one of those weird things where it's like there's nothing I can pin my finger on except that it's paced so incredibly slow. I felt the extreme lack of tension and drama. I was just like, just make it a little bit darker. And there is a black and white version that came out, and maybe it'll be better because then some of the dramatics will come from just how it looks. But it's such a not tense, not dramatic movie that I was really taken out of it.
Yeah. I feel like
what do you guys think?
I feel like you kind of nailed the big points, and I don't want to go because we have lots to talk about. And I want to get into like the themes just because I had some things that I think maybe were part of it. But I think to add on to what you were saying, because I think you checked all the boxes, was I think the one part that, like you said, it felt like a stage production of a movie I want to see. And I think that part ties into this other part that something I noticed, and you'll notice it when you watch like anime and some stuff. I don't want to say cultural as much. I think it's more about the subtleties of different languages, with Japanese in this case versus ours. It's a very literal tell. Like, you know what I mean? It's also, we're dealing with translation to subtitles. That's obviously going to be, there's always a little bit of hiccups there. So the combo of it feeling very stage production-y and the fact that just the way the language is structured versus how English is, it really felt like the mystery was being like handed to me by line with a group of people in a room. And this happened like 18 times. We had a repeat of, there's an issue. We find a convoluted, maybe an issue. But we're out of sync. Go down to my resource in the basement, have a conversation with them, then come up and go, oh, guys, gather around. I have a revelation that I'd like to tell you in painful detail and slow about like being like, why did this, like when he talked about that, again, I bet that was really eloquent in Japanese. The like needed versus unneeded, reverse it. When I'm following English, I'm like, oh, what? Like, I don't know. It was just very like, I saw Anthony and I saw it yesterday, and it was just very much for me like, there was no show. It was all tell to me. And I think that was because of one, the language, and two, Michael, like you said, it was very, when people run, there's no cut to like make it more dynamic. It's like you watch this dude run from stage left to stage right. People move very deliberately like it's a stage right, which was cool. And like you said, it looked great. I think the story is there. It's just, like you said, it just kind of was dragging for me. Eric, I'll pass it up to you, so I'm not yapping at the whole.
No, I mean, you guys covered a lot of the bases of what I was going to harp on. You know, it's obviously the pace is sluggish. Mike and I watched this movie together. We ended up being, by chance, in the same showing, same theater. It was pretty limited around the area. And yeah, I think the repetitive nature of it, the slow pace, it was probably around the time of the scene Micah referred to where he poured tea in the interrogation, where he leaned over to me and he goes, yo, what time is it? And I look at my watch. I'm like, oh my God, we're only an hour in. And like, I'm like, the minute I saw that they were doing like the seasons, I'm like, fuck, dude, we're doing we're doing all 4 seasons. Like, there's no way we're doing start winter and they're ending in summer. So I'm just like, man, I'm like putting the pieces together. I'm like,
Murashiga, okay. Open your eyes, bro. It's right in front of you.
Yeah, man. I'm like, oh, we're doing a Scooby-Doo like mini story every season. And I'm not too familiar with the director's work. This is my first time.
Does he have no relation to the other Kurosawa? Sorry, Eric, I don't want to cut you off because you keep saying Kurosawa's, and he's not related to Akira Kurosawa.
It's not like the Ran Kurosawa. This is a different
No, I know
Kurosawa.
It's a different Kurosawa, but he has no relation to Akira Kurosawa. Do we know? I don't know. Okay.
I want to say no.
Okay.
I mean, like, think of it like, I don't know, if some other director was named Cameron or something, you know?
Yeah, I was saying that.
Like, yeah.
We were saying that yesterday where it's like Anthony said it wasn't relation. I'm like, I guess it's a fair point, but if someone was like directed by John Spielberg and of no relation, I'd be like
who's the guy, speaking of Resident Evil, who's the guy that makes the Resident Evil movies for his wife, and his name is very similar?
Uwe Ball. Or no, Paul, it's very W.S.
Paul
Anderson.
Yeah, which is like not Paul Thomas Anderson. Yeah.
Sorry, Eric, I took your cadence out. I just was like, I kept hearing Kurosawa, and I'm like, yeah.
No, so I mean, to that point.
But this is another, like, well-respected Kurosawa.
Yes. I know he has other work.
Yeah, I'm not too familiar with his works, and I had not watched the trailer for this movie going in, so I didn't really know what to expect. But a whodunit sort of film was not what I thought was going to happen, and I was expecting it to build, and maybe the tension of, like, all right, Oda's getting closer to the palace, maybe we'd see that. But yeah, I think the whole the urge and the not necessity, but the emphasis he put on sticking towards this more rooted story, where it did feel like a stage production, I think hindered the feeling of like tension in the movie. I never really felt like anything was changing between the seasons, other than what, to your point, Brian, was being told to us. Mm-hmm. We saw one battle in the second season, and watching that battle, I'm like, oh, they're just running at each other, man. I was like, there are some cool shots in this movie for sure. Like when he burns the building down.
It looks beautiful in some shots.
That guy got struck by lightning. Why did that look incredible?
Yeah, that looked great.
We're like, oh, fuck. Just started looking at each other like, whoa. That's what
That woke up the theater.
It did. Everyone went, holy. I think my theater is the same way, where everyone's kind of like, God damn, bro. Like, what? It's got. There was like, oh, fuck. That dude just got struck by, because there's the fake out with the boom, right? And then you're like, oh, the thunder, but maybe he got shot. And then you're like, oh, no, wait, no, he actually hit.
Oh, like, fuck, let's go. I was kind of gassed up about it, man. And I think that was like, I was like, all right, we're doing the same bit where we big reveal, we catch the guy and we gotta go and chase him, which happens like 3 different times in the movies, but this time he gets away and then he gets struck by lightning. I'm like, all right,
hear them running.
Cool. Yeah, man. I mean,
heavy footsteps on wood floor. It's thumping. Thumping in there.
Nobody really looked like they were sprinting with the intent of getting away. It looked like a stage sprint. Like you're.
I can only go so far.
Like you're like your markings, your blocking was to run from stage left to stage right. So when he sprinted, I'm like, I think if you really wanted to get away, brother, you would have put a little more emphasis on singing. I guess, Eric, the one thing I want to say too is like, when I said Murashi, it's like right in front of you. There's more to it than just like the whodunit, right? Especially with the first thing that happens in was that fall, right, or summer, whatever.
It's 10 months. Yeah, it's pretty much
So like I understand that like it's not as clear cut, and we'll get more into like the themes and all that later. But like I understand like what I'm saying. Like it was so obvious because I know the reveal at the end was more to it than just like this person killed this person, because there's a lot more to it than that. But at the same time, I feel like I talked to Anthony and we were talking about it. So I could hear other people walking in the theater. It's like, brother, you're doing this like, who to trust? I'm like, hey man, who's the one common denominator in every single one of these freaking events? Like, he's the one person you haven't questioned in your entire fucking castle. It's driving me crazy. I'm like, but yeah, no, especially at the beginning when he's like, how do you get the person? Why was he in front of the chair? She's like, oh, I brought it to him just before he died. I'm like,
yeah.
I don't want. Yeah, we'll go in order. Let's start at the beginning.
Yeah. So the first chapter is where we get a lot of the setup, and we are introduced to our main character, our lord, I'm looking up his name now.
Murashiga. I don't want to mispronounce, but that's how it's. I'm reading it phonetically.
Love it.
There you
Love
go.
it. All about it. And he's a unique case. He's some sort of a pacifist samurai because he used to work for this bad guy, Lord Oda, who he's warring against, who is a lot more ruthless. So he tends to go against samurai tradition to spare people's lives. It was a very suicidal first 15, where there's multiple scenes, including a child, specifically a child, and a lot of people are begging to be murdered to keep their honor and stuff. And he personally just like can't bring himself to execute them. Especially this child, he would have had to crucify this kid because his dad was a traitor. And so the kid's begging to die because there's this theme of if you die, I guess, aggressively, I think the phrase
advance
is
to paradise, retreat to hell is what they keep emphasizing. Death before dishonor kind of thing.
A lot of people are like, hey man, if I gotta go, just get it over so I can go into the after, that kind of idea. And his wife is similarly religious and had a traumatic experience where she watched hundreds of people, religious fanatics, like kind of run to their death, kind of espousing the same idea. And so when this kid is like, please kill me, and he refuses, creates some tension. And then when the kid comes up dead, shot by an arrow that disappears, it's the first mystery. And it was kind of interesting seeing like how they would do forensics back then.
It was moving for a little bit there, I will say, in that first like 30 minutes, right? When you didn't know and they're piecing it, I thought that was the fastest paced part of the movie. Like it was moving.
And then they're doing these interrogations and you're trying to like who was where and when. And like, surprise, surprise, the guy with no alibi was the murderer.
Yeah, that's pissing his pants in the interrogation.
Yeah. Oh, I couldn't remember the whole day, so I just told you what he said some shit like that.
I just made some shit up just now. And he's like, "Are you telling me the truth?" And he's like, "No, I'm not." And he's like, "All right, well, anyway, I wrote down all these notes and I bring them to my prisoner because I can't figure it out." And instead of just telling him, he gives him his riddles 3.
Yeah.
And I was so shocked.
How do you know? Oh yeah, dude, that was crazy. The riddle,
spear.
I thought I was trying to like signal to you, Eric, but I didn't want to disturb you in the movie. But I was like, okay, if you had to shoot someone with an arrow, but you didn't actually shoot them with an arrow, maybe you stabbed them with the arrow.
That was my first thought.
Yeah. Who would have thought that it was tape 2 spears together, funnel it through the courtyard, and hit him like a pole cue?
Micah, I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking either, right? I'm assuming your brains went the same place. I'm thinking one of two things happens. Either someone stabbed him with an arrow up close. Arrow is then removed, so that it's an arrow wound. There's nowhere to find. 2, the arrow is shot from the angle they thought it might have been shot from, and someone, a second helping party, which we find out there were always multiple people involved in each thing, removes said arrow. Holy fuck, I did not see that coming when they went.
Yeah.
The most convoluted.
Yeah. And then when he shows it to his whole party, everyone's like, "Oh!"
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "That's so fire!"
See, he used the lantern as leverage.
And then he lined them up, and he said, "Paradise corner pocket," and I was like, I couldn't believe it.
Do you think you could get enough stab force like a pool cue?
All the way through a child, by the way. That's painful. All right,
Yeah.
maybe crucify him at that point.
Right, because I feel like up close, right, you get the force to like
it's quick,
stab.
right to the heart.
I feel like it'd be the equivalent. You probably get like inch in, and you get fuck, sorry, let me reline up my cue shot.
Yeah.
Back.
There's like almost no force, and then you find out
spatial awareness out of the child.
Well, I think he
Well,
knew. He knew. He was in on it. He was in on it.
Yeah,
that was
stand in front of the door if you want to die.
Yeah, he wanted. That's the one thing. To be fair, it's not like he could have. But that's the other point is that it's not like they had to get the drop on the kid. Like the kid was kind of down with it. So I don't know if we want to say who like was involved. Had that one person said to that, and he's like, "I'm gonna have Bowie come in here, shank you once the arrow, so people think you got shot. Be quick, and you'll be dead." He would have been on board, but instead we got to get the pool cue out.
2 spears with an arrow taped to the end, and then you slide it through an entire courtyard through the door and stab him to death, and then pull it all the way out, disassemble it, and then like you find out it's like a senile old man.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
There's a watchtower that they think should have the view of it, and he goes, well, my duty is to face for intruders, so I wasn't looking, which is fair. I would have laughed so hard. What would you think he would have done if he turned around? What the fuck are they doing? like must be a construction project I'm not aware of. Just like they got the lanterns off mountains, so they're trying to figure it out.
Like he's like backing up, and he's like, "Whoa, whoa!"
How do you get? Do you see how narrow the corners of that, like the like gazebo ass thing are? Where's he?
Man! I will say this one is an outlier for being kind of ridiculous.
Silly.
Yes, the other ones
a little more
make a lot more sense. This is one that hot start.
Until the lighting.
The lightning was fun.
Well,
they just chalked that one up to God. I was
yeah,
like,
you're right.
Sure,
They're trying to instill divine punishment into these men.
Right.
And I will say, one kind of did happen. Maybe they got a point.
I think to your point, Micah, like, yeah, this one, and your point, Brian, like, this is the one, all right, it's the first mystery. I didn't know this movie was going to be multiple murder mysteries. So it's the first mystery. I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm intrigued because you're still trying to get to know the characters. You're trying to figure out, all right, who in his party can he trust? So everything's kind of new. And it ends with the most ridiculous solution, which like immediately takes me out. I'm like, okay. And then once I realize, to segue you into the next one, like, oh, we're doing this like again. I'm like, oh no, this is just gonna be another ridiculous. Like,
there's 5 chapters, by the way.
The 4 or 5. 5. Yeah, no, I take it word for it. That's 5. I don't know. There's what's chapter 2, so we figure that out. And the next one is about the head, right? The head is the next part.
Yes. So we are introduced to a spy who is snuck out of the castle and found out that a young, ambitious lord working for the bad guy, Lord Oda.
Naga something. I don't know his name.
Yeah, careful there, Brad.
I know.
Is advancing on their position sloppily, and that they can take them in the night and score a victory if they sneak out the castle and dispatch them. And it goes pretty well. We actually, for a long time, the only real setting was like rooms in the castle. So we go fully outside. There's hundreds of characters on screen. We're getting a full battle, and I was like, okay, like this we can do a little something.
Yeah. And
like some of these older Japanese movies that feature war, like I'm thinking of like Ran. I don't know, when was the last time you guys I watched Ran in class.
I'm gonna have to do my Akira Kurosawa watches now, because I feel like I can't have a podcast and not see those.
The war scenes in that are like when they shoot arrows, it's like, okay, characters shoot the arrow, and then clearly some guy with like a bucket full of arrows kind of like hucks them at a wall, or whoever, and so it looks a little bit silly, but like
work with what you can. I mean, this is a long time.
Yeah, because that was back then. It's like there's no reason to have people just kind of like whack each other with swords, but that's what happens. We get to this battle that they don't really show. They kind of whack each other with swords, and then we get a 3v1 fight. That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Except they didn't want to. I think this movie would be rated PG. I think it's unrated. But I think this would be a PG movie.
You didn't see
violence
anything.
Minimal. Yeah, violence minimal.
They did a lot of like the and then this thing, and then you fall kind of action.
I didn't even know he was wounded
like
for real.
Yeah, no, it is. It looked like the kills again would have looked very great stage combat, but in the movie you're kind of like, did he get him? Did he?
It's like he's kind of like hugging him. Oh, he stabbed.
Well, I think that's the thing with the katana, right? It's like the up to here and then the pull. So there's a lot of that, and then you see the hands go up, and you're like, well, I guess he's bleeding.
You got him.
You got him.
You got him. But mystery number 2 is, which of the sub clans working for our lord actually beheaded the lord of
the general of the
general, yes,
of that sub clan that's working for Oda.
Yes, which is a point of pride. You get a reward, that kind of deal. Mm-hmm. All generals are beheaded for identification, which is like another facet. I learned something. It's like
I did learn something.
How would you identify who you got? I guess when you square up, you're like, my name's Bob, and you're like, my name's Jim, That way, whoever kills who can be like, I killed Bob.
I think it was like a big thing about the class of warfare then too. It's the only thing. It's like we defeated this army battle. Proof. Boom. Here's
Got his
General.
head. He
Here's
told me his
General.
name.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I got him.
You know, it was very equal. You know, this kind of thing. And then to play on the superstitions of the men, the head rots faster than expected. I mean, these are heads in a basket, but they were like, "Oh, the head's all fucked up," and
it's a bad omen, right? It's like
it's a bad omen.
Yeah.
But then, like, again, like they don't know who's who, but like you know, they found out like someone just swapped an older body for one of the recently beheaded, and they're like, who swapped them and who actually got the general, and that's mystery number 2.
So this is the part I think I got. I'm sure you understood. What my understanding, we'll get into like the swap part. The reason there was confusion, right? Was that the general didn't have his helmet on, right? When they attacked or something like that, there was confusion, right? That was the big thing. Is that when he talks to Kanbei, the guy in the basement, he's like, why was your attack successful? It's like the general wasn't where he was supposed to be. Is that did I get that? Did I understand that right?
Yeah, ultimately, I think the initial confusion was that, you know, each of the sub-clans came back with 2 general heads, and they were like, well, one of these 4 guys is our main guy, the guy we came to kill. And they're like, well, 2 are old and 2 are young. So, like, one of these young guys that they each brought is the guy. So they're trying to figure out who killed him. And then, the solution is he was so young and so reckless that he wasn't wearing his helmet.
And he was standing away from he was the first guy to die.
Yes.
He was standing too close to the castle.
And then you find out the swap was done by the people trying to put the divine punishment, fear of God, and it was swapped with a head that was must have been fucked up for whatever reason. Fresh, like you said, older.
The crazy guy that in the 3v1.
Yeah, it was like some guy, his head was fucked up. So they see a head that's looks like a normal young captain head, then they pull it again, and holy fuck, he looks crazy. Yeah, it's a bad omen.
Yeah.
That's how, right? I believe.
I know it's a movie and I'm nitpicking, but like,
they
when they provide Kanbei with all these notes, right? They must be so detailed, because the fact that they have to, like, I don't know how he doesn't figure it out when he's writing these notes down. Because
Kanbei's just in his basement, like,
yeah, because he's writing this out. He literally he has to write in these notes to Kanbei that when he's showing the 5 heads, he doesn't show the head of the guy he kills, and then later that head is the one that has been swapped. Like,
yes,
like Kanbei can't figure that out with context clues, or he doesn't ask any questions. It's all in the notes, like as if he was there. So I'm just surprised, and that's what literally he says, right? He's like, I don't know, your mind must be somewhere else, because how did you not figure this one out? Which was the whole point, right? Miyashige was getting everyone all riled up about the battle and trying to solve the mystery, because he had received a letter that another big general that was supposed to be on his side betrayed him, right?
Right.
So
that was mystery number 2.
To mystery 3, a full season later. It's not been it's been a shitty time in the castle out here. They've been just under siege. Biden
They've been
time.
under siege. They're bleeding.
He's
allies.
bleeding allies. Mercer, he's getting a little too chummy, thinking the man in the basement is his pal. You know, the man who's been chained to the floor.
Yes, and some extra context.
There's 2.
And Samurai just because he didn't kill him. You know, why aren't you dead? You must have betrayed me. And this
the head is
Oda
supposed to be
had his son. Yeah, so it's like, okay, you're a traitor. What do you do with the son of your traitor? What he was supposed to do with the kid that he had? Just kill him. So, like, you know, the fate of his son is up in the air, and it's this guy's fault. So he's just stewing down in the basement. And then mystery 3 was the teapot.
The teapot, Torasara or something.
Yeah, it was. Yes, it was. I'm sorry, I jumped the gun. It was. Yeah, it was the very, very expensive teapot leads to the death of a priest and one of his top men, and a burning of a church. Is that what I understood? Or no, that was separate.
That was the last one.
That was separate, right?
Yeah.
Right. So there was
The missing teapot was he was trying to create a ploy to send this invaluable teapot, like this rare teapot that costs like more than a castle apparently, to one of the top generals of Oda to convince him that he was going to surrender, but the whole surrender was a plot so that he could eventually figure out how to meet him. That I kind of got lost there.
Indebting him with the teapot would have made him become an ally because it would be the right thing to do. So he asked for proof of surrender, which was kind of like an offering, like, give me this priceless teapot and I'll help you. And then he, because of the mystery, the misplacement of the pot, the murders, how long that took, the guy was like, okay, he didn't, like, I kind of tossed him a subtle bone, didn't pick up on it, on his, like, from his point of view. He ends up going to Lord Oda and aiding him. So, you know, the murder and all that stuff took enough time confounding the delivery of the teapot that they lose another ally.
And it's this point also where I was a bit tired of. I was already tired. It was late.
I was mentally tired.
Yeah, but kind of we're getting to the point also where the original scene with Kaimbe, Mirashige is like told he's not going to win the war, but he fully believes it. And by this point in the movie, he's also kind of believing that he's going to lose the war, and he like wants to figure out a way to surrender. So that kind of, in my mind, I'm like, all right, this is all building to some sort of confrontation with Oda, but you're also, it's not like he's building towards trying to figure out a way to surrender to Oda, which I guess ultimately,
but it is there's nuance to it, obviously, because it's like the whole thing is he can't just back down and let his men, like, there's an honor part of it. There's like, he can't just like let his men be slaughtered. He's trying to find a way where he's like, how do I present this in a way where, we're going to have to give up the castle, but rather Oda come in and be like, you guys work for me now, but it's cool. Not like,
then everyone dies.
Not line everyone up and behead them. And I get that as a lord, right? I feel like your back's against the wall. You can't run. And you understand, like, he's trying to think of ways to like get a peaceful transition of power, I guess is the best way to put it.
Which does make sense. And
doesn't make for a very exciting climax, but
right.
No.
Which is, I see the through lines and I see what he's getting at, because he's trying to set up this whole point that Oda's going to eventually, because he's so ruthless.
Yeah.
And
it's a
not
time
merciful.
play.
Yeah, like in the long run, that's going to bite him in the ass, which, like, not to get to the end, we're going to hear about how that play does, but ultimately, like, his play of nonviolence achieves that goal in the end, but at the cost of, obviously, we don't have to get it.
He does at one point say, like, perhaps I started my rebellion too soon, because he's like, this guy is so awful and terrible that it's like a ticking time clock, and I just have to wait him out. Yeah. And he didn't, and then the conclusion of that is where we get the cool lightning strike. The man who you find out he didn't murder the priest or this messenger for the teapot at all. He wanted a letter that he knew was hidden on the messenger because he himself was a double agent and he thought he had been found out. So he kills the messenger, goes in disguise, talks to the priest, and finds out he kills the priest also, just kills all of the witnesses, steals the letter, and then, he gets found out because, at this point, I was like, man, just get to the basement. Go ahead and ask what's going on. Like, and, the prisoner has been, they show him as very intelligent. Our Lord's mental equal. He's just down there scheming. He's being tortured at one point by his prison guard, and he manipulates him into trying to attack the Lord, which brings us to like our third fight scene. And then he kills him, and he's like, "Oh, I schemed that up because I knew you would." So he's like clearly like he can manipulate things from inside his cell.
Exactly. We should trust that guy. Should definitely put all our who should be my only friend in this castle that I trust.
Yeah.
Because that makes sense. I'm definitely gonna. I just like it's just so the whole movie. I was like, bro, like
he hates you, bro.
oh, he's been my friend. It's like, that's why he keeps giving me this information. I'm like, does he have a choice?
Yeah.
He's in the same robes for 10 months. I know that smelled crazy.
Like, he smells insane.
Yeah.
First off. Like, what is he digging?
I'm pretty sure I saw his.
him?
No, I think he had a bucket behind him. I think if you look.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, I think it was gnarly. But, so after the big thing, right, is that, again, he can't figure out. He's going to his buddy. And after obviously, he has that thing with the guard that he could say then. Again, Mercy can just not piece together why this guy said he saw the priest after, that new servant or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, through the help of his database down there, right, he ends up being like, I got it. So he gathers everyone in the courtyard for his big Sherlock.
Yeah, there's so many parlor scenes in this movie.
Yeah.
And he's like, and I do love he does not credit Conbay once. Not once. He goes, I figured it out. Gather around. Let me tell you. He's like, why did he say he saw them? Think what, like he says the thing that again
In reverse.
In reverse. Says it all
Reverse it.
word for word. Accuses this dude and says, you are the guy, you pose as him. This is all you. You did this shit. You're the one that killed the messenger and the priest. And then they're all like, oh, that's a lot of accusations. He's getting defensive. And what's the kicker, right? They bring the servant over, and this dude did not miss a beat. He goes,
Oh, how are you still alive? Whoa!
First day on this earth, apparently. He's like, I heard the priest is murdered. Oh, there's the priest. That's what they brought me out to identify. Priest guy.
That must be one of the more like play stage acting moments, because he comes out, he goes, the priest. Wow, it must be him. It has to be the priest. How are you alive?
And there's a lot of like, I just love that. You know what the thing of the other stage acting is like, the director's note supposed to have been like, like what do they call them, the chorus, or like the ensemble with plays, right? That a lot of plays do that because you can't do action. You have to have a crowd reacting, so it helps the audience react. Yeah. They did that a lot in this movie. And what do you think happened? Oh, what? Yeah. Everyone's looking around like, there's like a lot of that going on.
Yeah.
And which leads to the craziest scene in the movie, in my opinion. Right? He tries to book it.
I guess he books it to Pride Rock and stands up there.
He was gone.
He had the getaway and decided to gloat on this cliff. And I thought maybe he would commit suicide. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I thought he was going to do seppuku or whatever.
Yeah.
So because he knew he was a double agent and he was going to expose, because he had read this letter that he thought was exposing him, but in turn exposed the Lord's plan to surrender the castle peacefully and kind of save everyone's lives and that kind of thing. He was going to expose that, which ultimately, because they would have been offended at surrendering, kind of would have doomed everyone to death because their honor couldn't take surrender. So he was going to expose that. He is then shot, which coincides with a oncoming thunderstorm. So you hear this boom, you hear the shot. They're simultaneous. He kind of stumbles and falls down. He is getting back up, sword in hand. You're on the highest point around with your metal sword. He stands up. He's going to spill the beans. Lightning comes down. And honestly, this looked so good. You can see the lightning arc through his body. It was crazy. Yeah. I was like, where did this come from?
That was a special effects budget.
That was where the budget was.
There wasn't a lot of CG in the movie.
I would say like, almost none.
And that was where they had the visual effects guy comes in. He goes like, all right, what do we need to do? Color grade and get in there. That's like,
You spent the full production time just doing the hell out of that lightning scene.
That was, everyone in the theater perked up. They're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a very slow methodic movie. It's like, did that just get struck by lightning?
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Super fried. And everyone's just like, well, that surely was divine. And then, but like, I guess no one else heard the gunshot. So then the Lord is like, secretly to his most trusted advisor, he's like, man, I pulled this bullet out of him. And it's like a kind of like played like a reveal. And I was like, well, yeah, he was shot.
Well, obviously
like,
got shot. Yeah.
Shot. Like, why do you think he fell down the first time?
Because he was scared of thunder.
So he's like, that's mystery number 4.
4. Yeah. So then
you have number 4.
Yeah, you have the whole. So you have his buddy. It starts with a J. He's with him till near the end of the movie. He goes, I did crank the numbers, my lord. because he comes up with 3 vantage points that it could possibly be, and he goes, "This one, it'd be what do you say? It's like it'd be you don't really have a good shot. It wouldn't really work."
One of them is he's in a tree.
And he goes, "Escape would have been impossible." He goes, "The only way," and this is the part that pissed me off, is when he finally reveals the third spot. And he goes, "This would be the best, but the only thing is, he would need help from someone in the house to do this." And finally, after fucking 6 to 8 months, Murashika goes, "Wait, could it be? Could it be
my uber religious wife?
My wife, who coincidentally had very direct ties and been at
Strong
the
opinions.
scene, strong opinions, and been at the scene for I'd say 2 out of 3 or 3 out of 4 direct tie. Well, she wasn't really as much involved in the. What was her involvement again with the priest?
The heads?
No,
the
heads. Yeah, the priest.
Really to do
she hired the shooter.
She hired the shooter. No, she hired the shooter, but she switched the heads, and she
Mhm.
helped him with and she was like, she set up Jiren, the young kid who got killed.
Yeah, to get murdered. Yeah, he was
But
like,
that
"I'll
scene
help you."
cracked me up because he's like, again, he gets on his stupid parlor mode with his pipe, like, "You think you're so sneaky," and I'm like, dude.
I don't even think she was sneaking around for real.
No,
she was
she would have told him. She would have told him
Yeah.
right off the jump if he just asked.
That's his ride or die. She was like, I mean, I think we saw her stand up actually like one time in the whole movie.
I mean, she's very submissive.
She does not leave that room, man. She does not leave that room. Even so, like, there's times where they're having like heart to hearts, and he's like outside the room, and she's just like, "I'll come next to you, but I won't leave the room," which maybe is like a traditional thing. I don't know.
Yeah, it probably is. That's a big part of it.
I mean, she seemed bored out of her mind. Why not scheme up some murders?
Well, I guess it's a big thing too. I kind of think this ties into it because obviously we get into like what was said in that room when he confronts her. But Anthony and I were talking about this last night. I think that's the biggest thing one of the reasons why with the pacing inside this one didn't really land for me as an American person is that, so many movies, especially ones made in the US, they have a lot of themes that parallel things that, whether it's, through religion that we experience or things that we've experienced over our history. And this one, I think, really tried to harp onto like the manipulation of Buddhism, which again, there's manipulation of religion movies in the US, the manipulation of Buddhism and the harm that comes from this death before dishonor, right? The like that harm that, because I think
Japanese paradise, retreat to hell.
because that's something in Japanese culture that went on all the way into like World War II and beyond. And I think this movie is probably very reflective, especially for the Japanese people being like here's the harm that comes to that. We're seeing people die for nothing because they think it's the only way to get to paradise. But for me, it's like, yeah, like I get it, but it didn't. It wasn't for me. I don't think as much, so it didn't hit as hard the theme. But I understood what they were going for.
Yeah,
is that
it makes a character like Murashige, like, since he is our main character, you can empathize with him because you're looking around at some of the choices being made by
others,
people in the party, others, Oda. As all right, these aren't necessarily like, some of them can be interpreted as people of today, like, oh my god, a kid wants to kill himself. That's insane. Like, of course, like you as the leader of your people are gonna stop this child from killing himself. He doesn't stop executing
people for everything.
Paradise? Paradise. He's 9. But at the time in that culture, like, that is a very dishonorable thing to do. Like to make, but like
to
us
keep him
as the
alive,
audience, a modern audience is like looking at this character and like, yeah, this guy is totally justified as our main character. He's breaking the
samurai code.
Code. Like, but maybe it's a good thing he's breaking the samurai code for in an instant like that. However, you look on the other side of the coin, what he's doing to Kanbei through the whole movie, he's keeping him as like a piece, and then it ultimately ends up like endangering Kanbei's child and leading to his kid's death, which is, I don't know how.
In the end of his clan, that's the end of his bloodline.
That's
all
the
that
end
stuff.
of his bloodline and everything. Yeah, so it's like two-sided coin.
It's entirely Murashige's fault too. I mean, it's like,
entirely.
Yeah.
And then so to get into that last final mystery, like Kanbei, at this point, him and Kanbei are like,
they're boys. He's unchained him. He's still he's still locked up, but he's unchained. He's free to roam. They're having tea, of course. A lot of tea in this movie.
Mm-hmm. And he's trying to figure out, like, all right, my wife schemed against me. Like, all hope seems lost. Like, what is the play to surrender peacefully or to win this war? And Kanbei gives him this great plan. What seems like a great plan. And then it turns out to be a not so great plan.
It is,
right?
but it isn't, which is weird because he kind of ends up doing it anyway.
He does, yeah. He realizes
ends up doing
it's too late. He's been guided by his prisoner to the point where, like, like if you're playing chess and someone's helping you, and you get to the end, you're like, wait a minute, those last 5 moves weren't good. It's too late. It's too late, man. You're in check.
Yeah. So to him, I don't know if Kanbei is more ingrained. It's the way I kind of perceived it. Maybe this isn't right. I think Kanbei is more ingrained into what the culture is, what the samurai culture is, and he's saying, like, you do this, you're a coward, and you're gonna ruin your name. But I think Miroshige eventually realized the thing he's been dancing around this whole time, that, like, me doing this, I can try to dress it up as much as I can about being like, I am gonna come back, I am not gonna try to be dishonorable, but, like, ultimately, I have to do this step. I have to retreat to save everyone in my castle. Yeah, right? Is that how I kind of interpret it? He's almost sacrificing his name, sort of, but not really, to, like... Yeah. I mean, in a way, yeah.
He does have a lot of self-doubt about his station that he expresses, maybe I'm not the man to lead. He's a very, like, secular kind of a samurai, he's, like, almost like a pacifist, humanist, I don't know what you would want to call it, but... he doesn't like killing after his experience working for Lord Oda, and he's gonna do whatever it takes, self-sacrificingly, to save as many people as possible. Honestly, I was getting a little ahead of myself. Very similar to a movie I can't wait for. Very excited about Dune 3. He sees a path. It's
narrow.
A narrow path. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. I gotta go.
Did I interpret it wrong? Where, like, when Kaibe is getting him all gassed up about this game plan, where he's gonna go to, what was the other general, Mori?
Mm-hmm.
Mori. Yeah. He's gonna go and appeal to him in person, and because he's gonna do that, and he's gonna bring him all these gifts, and he needs to appeal to Mori's uncle, and he likes this. Like, he's getting him all the details of what he needs to do. So Mori's gonna respect the fact that the leader came to him in person, and he'll give him warriors, and then they'll come back and take the castle. Right? And then
I think the plan,
And then so he's like, we're gonna do that. And then he sees the spider on him, he's gonna slap it. He realizes who he actually is, right? And he's not he's like, oh man, like that this is a setup, like that's not.
Well, he realizes he's about to smack, like, hurt it. Like, I think the way I interpret it is more like when he hears initially, he's thinking of a way to still, like, strategize and win this battle, but then I think he realized it goes in a way for him. Mike, maybe you think differently, but he goes, I went to it. First, he's like, yeah, that could work. Then he's like, you're trying to make me look like a bitch. But then he comes back and realizes, like, I am going to lose this castle. I am going to but I can leave and maybe I come back and I can, like, and he kind of goes on the bank that, like, Oda's reign will be brittle. Someone else will take over this castle after him. I can leave and prevent the siege from going on and just have my men being, like, bled dry, right? I guess.
Yeah. We've gotten to a point in time where they're like, kind of supplies, men, everything's short on everything. Allies are, fleeting. And he's like, okay, maybe I can give up the castle, regroup, and attack together with this Mori guy. And then I think he kind of reaches a point where he's like, I'm not that guy. I'm not the guy it's not going to be the way that I envision it.
Yeah.
And I think he tells his men, because he doesn't, and maybe down the line, we don't know, in history, he's looked at back as a coward, but he knows, I think, in his men, he's telling them, because I think he did intend this to be like, I'm going to come back. Like, just sit tight, stay with brothers.
The plan is that no one will know that he's gone. Because if he is gone, that's a leaderless castle.
Yeah, exactly.
Come in.
He's going to come over, but he's going to say, I think he was willing to be like, my men will think like I'm leaving to do this. He's like, I'm not retreating to be a coward. I'm actually leaving. And I know there's a chance I might not be able to ever come back, but by doing so, like, I'm going to save a lot of the people that I care about's lives, because he'll take it and he'll go in, and they show you at the end that he never came back, but what happened, what he thought was going to happen did happen. And Oda dies because, again, tyranny and terrible is brittle, and it eventually he's stretched too thin, breaks, and someone who I forget who he names, it was one of his boys, takes over the castle, and
the guy in the third mystery, general that he was kind of working.
Yeah, so it balance restores, and he ends up, by leaving, being a coward, he ends up saving a lot of prevents his men from dying. Which again harps onto what his wife was really trying to do. Would be like, you think that like the only honorable thing to do is to stay and die, charge of the head. He's like, that's not true.
Yeah.
I would say it's the opposite. I think the wife thought that. The wife is well, maybe. I don't know. She's very traumatized by the whole.
No, she wanted to really like make it more like I'm back with Oda's line. Like we need to all. I think she was more like, this is scary. We all need to leave. It was probably bigger than that, but I think he took a lesson from what she did and kind of was like, I think that I'm like, what do you mean? I'm going to leave this castle? I'll never live that down. He's kind of like, I think I have to if any of us are going to live through this.
And he kind of like, in the end, it's like the retreat to paradise. It's the flip of it, right? Like he learns a lesson of, all right, reverse it because, advance, you're going to all die. Retreat, advance to hell, retreat to paradise.
Yeah, he flipped. Whoa.
He goes and becomes like a.
Again, it's not a bad movie. It's just so slow.
No, it's just a little slow. I like them. There's a lot to like about this movie. It's just going through it. You're just looking at your watch, like,
which was like, hey, we had to sit there for 4 minutes and watch him make tea. Like that's what he wants to do with his life.
Like, if I saw this, if I saw this as a play, I would have been like, incredible. That was so good. Yeah, exactly. Oh, first off, a 2 hour, 20-minute play with the intermission in the middle. That's light work. I'm
home in time for dinner.
It's a short play. No, it was I think it's a great screenplay and a great story with these great performances. It just, as a movie, really kind of drags its heels, and it's just clunky.
I know. I'm really anti this, but I need an American to remake this quickly.
I would watch.
This is some of the greatest 6 episodes of HBO TV we could ever have. This premise is so. It's a great incredible.
The story is so good. That's why I feel bad.
3 at this point because they're just coming up with coming up with their own shit at this point. So why not just use the show?
Just steal this, rip this one for one. Just rip this one for one. I just need turn the lights down just a little bit.
Yeah.
I say what? No one's gonna be complaining about not being able to see the scenes in the dark. My God, this movie's bright.
I was
bright as hell. Dungeon. This guy getting a tan in the dungeon. Anyway, what were you saying?
No, I was just saying, because I know there's a lot of talented Japanese actors out there. I was really happy, as much as I like this dude, I was really worried. I'm like, is this dude Hiroyuki Sanada in this again? And you know exactly who I'm talking about. He's in Shogun. He's in he's a Japanese, especially for American audiences. If it's a Japanese thing, he's in it. And he's a great actor. No shade to the guy. It's just like, I'm glad that we got to see, the part of Miroshiga could so be him, but I'm glad it wasn't because I want to see other Japanese actors, especially if it's a Japanese movie.
These guys were stage actors. They must have been.
In the main group they're in a lot of movies actually. The Prisoner is kind of a rom-com guy, and he's pretty young. I was looking him up.
His beard didn't look great.
His beard looks fake as shit. His beard looks so horrible, and I was like, I know he don't have facial hair for real.
That was the first thing I noticed. I was like, his beard doesn't look right. All the other beards look real. Yours doesn't look right.
He's like a romancy type actor. It seems a lot of his work has been. But again, he did a great job. He's got a couple of scenes where he's really getting to play dramatic and stuff. And again, there's it's the only thing I have with this movie is I was like, I make it broodier, which it wasn't, or speed it up, which it wasn't. So I was
the score, give me some tension. I was just thinking about that scene where, all right, the not imposter, but someone an intruder is snuck over the wall, and this is when you find out Kanbei's son has died.
Mm-hmm.
An intruder is in the castle, and it reminded me, we brought up Shogun, of the scene where there's an assassination attempt and how stressful and disorienting. They're opening up it's dark, and they're opening up all these different the rooms, the sliding doors, and you come out and the guy's just in the brightest night possible, is just tied up, sitting there. All right, you could have added a little.
And
there were moments for tension that we just didn't use because we wanted to emphasize on.
Again, it was play structure. You can't show guys. You can't. Guy sneaks over the wall. You don't show in the play someone climbing over the wall. You show the commander being alerted of it, and then he comes to see him. That's everything about every scene. Or they catch a guy, and it's building up, and he's wait, you're gonna go to battle, and then they go he died honorably in battle. It was very play.
Yeah.
Which again, had I watched, we're talking about how good the story is. Had I watched this in a play, I would have loved it.
It's definitely he wanted to pay homage to this older style of Japanese filmmaking. I'd say he accomplished it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not again. You just think you see the name Kurosawa, you think of the other Kurosawa, like the Kurosawa, and you're like, well, he didn't have this issue way back then with his movies. But
again, I think if this was if it was older too, like you would have just chalked it up to, well, that was what they could have done back then.
It would have been in black and white, and you'd be like, the bright scenes wouldn't be so bright, and all the stuff wouldn't have been so just kind of strange. There is in Japan they just released a black and white version. That probably maybe plays a little bit better.
Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But,
I didn't think we talk about this movie so long. I was like,
it's not a bad movie, but
no, it's good. No, I'm glad I watched it. I just like, it's hard to pitch at someone. You're like, it's good, but like, I don't like it's. Is it like I don't love it.
One chapter at a time when you have a lot of free time.
I think if did Kurosawa write the script? Because if he did, I'm like, yo, hold on to that script. There's something. I wouldn't be
surprised. I know it's a true story, but
it is.
Yeah,
that's cool. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Word.
She did write it. Oh no, it's adapted. It's adapted. It is adapted. It's from a novel. Probably like maybe something historical.
Well, okay.
So all right. Well, the novel from a novel.
Well, the novel and the screenplay itself are good. There's something to work with there. It's just like we said. I think we've touched on all the points of like how the movie's pacing and whatnot. So I don't want to beat a dead horse.
Yeah, I maybe one. I was thinking of something.
Oh, if you have another point, go please.
I don't know. It's gone. I thought I had something else to say. But we've got maybe it'll come back to me. We got a game from you, Brian.
Yeah. So I'll make it. We talking about?
Oh wait, sorry.
Oh yeah, no, please. Eric, you want to talk about?
What movie are we watching next?
Oh, yeah, we skipped Tony last week because it didn't have the
wide release yet.
The wide release, which made me mad. And it's coming out this weekend, but I'm more excited to see dinosaurs. So let's go watch End of Oak Street. I'm pretty excited for this one. This is one of those late summer blockbusters. It's getting an IMAX release, which is
I'm going.
Cool. I'm excited to see this one.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, End of Oak Street. Let's go watch some dinos.
Hell yeah!
Not Paw Patrol. End of Oak Street.
Dino double feature, please. The Dino double.
Yeah, Brian, we'll kick it over to you.
So it's just something I saw, and I'll credit the guy if we had to post on anything to like broke this down because I didn't know these things. It was interesting. So currently in 2026, guys, we already have. Let me make sure I have the right thing pulled up. Here we go. We already have 5 movies that have made over $1 billion, with the potential of probably 2 more with Dune 3 and Doomsday. Potentially, it's saying potentially. Like there's a 6 to 7 potentially. So I said that though. So there's only been a handful of years, all after 2010, right, that have had 3 or more $1 billion making movies. Obviously, with inflation, everything's a little weird. But like, let's just use what the numbers we have. So I didn't know how to. The reason I didn't set up with the board games, I didn't really know how to do it about guessing the year, or more about maybe you can guess the movies. So there are 3 years. All these years are post 2010. Let's just make your life easier. 3 years where there were 3 movies, only 3 movies that made $1 billion that year, and that was 2011, 2022, and 2024. And I don't know if you guys will be able to guess those. I can give hints. Or how do you want to do the? Or we can
22 ones pretty easily.
So do you want to say these are the ones? There's only 3 years, right? So that's kind of crazy, right? So in total, like there's only been 3 years that they have 3 total. The 2020, I can give you a hint for the other ones, and I can give you like franchises. But you think you can get the 3 movies from 2022 that made $1 billion? All right, let's hear.
I can at least get 2. I know in my gut. That's No Way Home.
Yeah. Was there a Toy Story that year?
That was not 2022, by the way. That was 2021.
Top Gun Maverick, and then was there a Minions movie?
First off, Top Gun Maverick was one of them, but I believe No Way Home was 2021.
So what about Moana?
Yeah, it was 2021.
Is it Moana?
So no, that was not the 2022 year. That is on one of your 3. That's in one of the 2020. So that's one of the 24 ones. You got Top Gun Maverick is one of the 22 ones. We'll start from there.
Okay. All right. We have 2
So
more
there's only
22,
3
Micah.
for these years: 2022, 24, and 2011. There's only 3 total, and you got one
Yeah,
from 22
Yeah.
and one from 24.
Okay.
Um,
Going through the franchises.
I can also breeze through because
I feel
I
like
do
one
want to
of
see
the-
if you can. There's one at the end, the
No.
kicker, that I want to have you guys guess. So I just, yeah.
Brian, let us think.
Oh,
You go.
22 Way of Water.
Yep, that's 2. There's only one more from
Yep,
22.
Way of Water. It wasn't a Minion movie.
Wasn't
Yeah.
Toy Story.
I do feel like it's animated. Just
So
'cause-
for 22, you have 2 of them. The third one is the third of a franchise, not animated. And for the 24 one, you have 2, and one's animated, one's not. You already got them all on to 2, and then another one's animated, another one's not.
did Jumanji make $1 billion?
No, it did not. Not
Sorry,
not
I missed
on this.
what you said about.
So let's start 22. You have Avatar: Way of Water, you have Top Gun: Maverick. The third one is a third of a franchise, technically the 6th of a franchise, if you want to break it down that way.
Well, Puss in Boots.
No, good guess.
3,
No, it's
last
live
one?
action. It was a franchise from a while back, and then they rebooted it, and it was the third of this one. Made $1 billion. I couldn't believe this movie made $1 billion.
Ghostbusters.
No.
Jurassic World.
Oh, Jurassic World.
Bingo,
yeah,
Dominion.
yeah.
So those
Yeah,
are 3
yeah.
from 22. 24, I'm gonna give you guys a hint because there's other ones I want to go to. So you have an MCU movie and an animated sequel. You already had one of the animated sequels with 24 with Moana 2. There's another animated sequel, and then there's
Deadpool and Wolverine.
that's one.
And then we got Moana 2.
Yeah, there's
And
another.
there's another animated sequel.
Yep.
Was it Minions?
No, it's not Minions.
Yeah, I'm always hounding on these Minions. Oh, was it Lion King too?
No, that'll come up later. But then this is 22.
Is this like, Micah, what are those movies that you're
Oh, Najah? Was it Najah too?
No, it's more household. It's it's
Okay.
I'll give you it's Pixar.
Inside Out 2?
Oh, Inside
Yeah,
Out.
and it's out too. Yeah, you go.
Mhm.
Okay.
So the 2011 ones, I don't know if you guess these because it's gonna be hard. Just with they're all sequels of a franchise. One
Fast
is
and Furious.
no, so one's the third of a franchise, one's the 8th of a franchise, and one's the 4th of a franchise, and they're all currently dead in the water. There's no more coming out right now. This is
Pirates of
2011.
the Caribbean.
That's 1. That's 4. Stranger Tides for 2011.
Did the Dan Brown novel adaptation?
No, it's not one of those. Good guess though. So one is so one's an 8th and the other one's a 3rd, and they made a couple more of that 3rd one. This 8th one is the last one of this specific.
What about? Is it one of them? The Mummy?
It's not a mummy one. No, good guess. I
It's
guess
not
the
Fast and
7th. It's
Furious?
technically the 7th, but it's you know what I mean? It's a split.
Oh,
Harry
is it
Potter.
X-Men?
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
Harry
Harry
Potter.
Potter. And then
Is one
there's
of them an X-Men movie?
no. So the 3rd one is the 3rd of a. I mean, it was a good one. I liked it. I didn't know it was 2011.
I would have guessed X-Men. Yeah, that's a good.
It's.
call.
I'll just go on so we go on to the next one. So this is the Michael Bay project. 3rd movie.
Transformers.
Yeah, Dark of the Moon. Word.
Wow.
So those are the
Okay.
3 years that had $3 billion movies. There's only been. I'm sorry. There have been 4 years with 4, and I can kind of run through if you want to go through it because we can get to. There's a big one I want to see if you guys can guess because we're not going to break the record this year. So 2012, 2016, 2017, and 2025 all had 4.
All right. 2012 Avengers.
Yep, that's 1.
2012. Did we get an Inside Out or a Cars?
You already got those. There's no animated ones in this 2012.
Oh, no animated.
No,
Okay.
Okay.
Let's go year by year. That makes it easier so you don't get all
2012.
twisted up.
Yeah.
You already got
20
Avengers.
Yeah. Let's let it. Yeah.
Avengers. I feel like that's it for the MCU.
That is correct. I will give you hints on that. Like, yes, no more MCU.
Oh no, it didn't. It didn't make a bit.
There is another comic book one in here though, but it's not MCU.
Is it Amazing Spider-Man?
Nope.
Was it Superman? Was there a Superman?
No, this is a
movie?
guy that.
Man,
No, that was later. I think it was later.
No,
yeah.
I'm thinking of before that.
Brian Singer, the Brian Singer one. No, I think it was
Yeah.
earlier.
Okay.
What other comic?
Non-MCU.
$1 billion.
Was it Fantastic Four?
It was not.
Oh, was it a billion? They must have really liked it. It wasn't like Kick-Ass. That didn't make $1 billion.
No, it's think more mainstream, man.
Fast and Furious.
No, he's not a comic, but there is 2 others. both IPs. One's adapted from a book. One is just an existing.
Hunger
IP.
Games.
No, I would thought that too. Good guess.
None of them made $1 billion.
Guess. Yeah. So we got a comic book entry,
Twilight?
an adaptation of a book, and existing IP. No, not Twilight.
Can't believe we missed the Twilight.
I think only the last one broke, like made real money.
Okay.
An IP. There's no Star Wars that year, right, Eric?
No, there was not.
No, there's those come later. 2012 is
yeah.
not a gap of Star Wars. Yeah.
Yeah, that which is blowing my mind. Man, I'm really lost.
What if I give you? I'm gonna give you just so because there's a few more to give you guys. I'm gonna give you directors for the 3. And that's gonna give.
Oh my God, Batman!
Yeah,
Batman.
Dark Knight Rises is
Dark
one of the
Knight
3.
Rises. I literally thought it. I'm like, no, that didn't make $1 billion.
I think it barely cleared it, but yeah, it did.
Wow. Wow.
You got one of these is directed by Sam Mendes.
Skyfall.
There you go. I can't say the other one. It's gonna give it away immediately. It's a book adaptation we've talked about on this pod, or you have, Eric.
Narnia.
Not very good.
Oh man.
It's technically the 4th in this world entry, but it's first of a trilogy. It was a movie. It's a series of them in the 2000s. They did the prequel series in 2012.
Oh, it's The Hobbit.
It's The Hobbit, yeah.
It's The
All right.
That's
some of these get a little easier. No, those are the hard ones because the early ones. Now
I have one in 2015.
All right, we got
I know
4.
Force Awakens is
Well, we don't have 2015.
What year?
2016.
Oh.
2016.
You do have. There is a Star Wars one in there though. We got 2 Disney, 1 Star Wars, 1 superhero.
Okay.
Go.
Force Awakens.
Not Force Awakens. That was a year after.
I don't. Okay.
Oh wait, what?
Yeah.
Disney, give me
So it's Rogue One.
Rogue One. Yep. There you go. Bing. That's 1.
Rogue One. 2016 would have been. Is that
Nope.
Civil War?
Civil War. That's the super. That's the
Okay.
superhero one. You got 2 animated, 1 both Disney, 1 Pixar, 1 not.
Did Finding Dory make
Yep,
that much money?
Bing.
Oh
That's
my God.
3.
Good snipe, Mike.
And then there's one other very popular 2016 Disney movie. Made a sequel recently.
Coco? Not Coco. I'm thinking of 2016.
It's not Moana.
A lot going on that year.
It's Disney. It's Pixar.
This one's not Pixar. Mike got the Pixar. It's just Disney.
It's just Disney.
It's 3D animated. We're in this era now. So,
Zootopia?
Yep. Bang. There it is. 2016.
Zootopia.
All right. You got 2 more of the $4 billion ones. Next, 2017. You got
Force Awakens.
Yeah. No.
The Last Jedi.
Last Jedi. Yeah,
Sorry,
you already
Last
got
Jedi.
that one. You have Disney, but not animated. Another franchise one and a animated sequel, 3rd movie sequel actually, but it's not Disney.
I feel like this
Minions
is
3?
fast.
I'm gonna give that you. It's Despicable Me 3. I'm gonna give that point
All right.
to Micah.
Nice.
I've been hammering the Minions. I know.
All
they
right.
make
What was your guess, Eric?
Did a fast movie?
Yeah, it's F8.
Okay.
So there you go.
Yeah,
and then there's
F8,
a
Fate of the
Disney.
Furious.
There's a Disney live action movie from this year.
Don't consider this live action. The Lion King is not live action.
No, it's not that one.
Oh.
Though. That will come up later.
Is it Beauty and the
Alright.
Beast?
It is. There you go.
Wow.
All right, and then you got 2025 is another 4-piece. This is last year. You got 2 Disney wild card.
Okay, well,
and-
we got The Way of Water.
Yep.
We.
Oh, well, sorry, not Way of Water, Fire and Ash, but I knew what you meant.
Fire and Ash. My
Yeah,
bad.
yeah.
Fire and Ash.
No, yeah, I knew what you meant. 2 Disney and one that you already said earlier, but did come out this year. Not animated feature, not US, which you don't hear very often as much.
Indonesia.
Ninja too.
Yep, and then 2
Yeah.
Disneys. This one here is not as exciting, so it's two Disney properties.
It was the live action Lilo and Stitch.
Yep.
And then
Inside Out 2.
No, that one already came out.
Oh,
It was an animated sequel though to a Disney movie. Yeah.
Zootopia 2.
Mm-hmm.
mhm.
All right, so we're getting to the point. We're getting to the final one. So then there's 2015, $5 billion movies.
Yeah. So this is Force Awakens.
Yes,
Okay.
you got that one.
Was there an Indiana Jones movie this year?
There was not.
Was there
is-
also another Furious movie?
Yep, Furious 7. Bang.
Jumanji? Is this on the list?
Nope.
No.
There's another superhero property. an animated movie and a reboot legacy sequel in here.
Batman versus Superman?
No. I think
Oh.
those-
That was a good guess.
there's years where sometimes there's only $1 or $2 billion movies. They don't.
Was this like Age of Ultron?
Yep, Age of Ultron is the other one. You got two more. There's animated and a legacy sequel.
There was a Spider-Man movie, right?
No, not this
No,
one.
okay, never mind.
Not a
This
billion
is
dollar.
Moana.
No.
Wow, when did Moana come out?
I think it came out in one of those like weird pocket years.
Legacy sequel is so interesting.
Well, it's a continuation of a
Jurassic
franchise.
World.
Yep, there he goes. Bang.
Yeah, Jurassic
And then
World.
one more animated one that Mike has been hammering since we started this
Minions.
list. Yeah, there you go. And it got 2018. A lot of repeats. A lot of these are kind of like sequel.
Infinity War.
Infinity
Infinity
War.
War. So yeah, you got two Marvel properties in here. That's one of them.
Black Panther.
Yep, bang.
Nice.
Mhm.
Nice.
You got I did not know that movie made $1 billion. Holy shit. I don't know if you guys are gonna guess that one. You got another sequel to a movie franchise that we've mentioned in here.
Jurassic World 2.
Yep, Dominion or whatever it was. Fallen Kingdom.
Fallen Kingdom. Yeah.
You got another Disney one. Pixar.
Coco.
No,
Good
guess, though. It's a sequel.
Forgotten.
Toy Story 4.
No,
The Incredibles 2.
Incredibles 2. Yeah, and then there's one more, and I just don't know. It's a superhero movie. I just don't know if you know this movie made $1 billion. I didn't.
Is it Deadpool 2?
No, it is DC though. Oh, sorry, that's Marvel, but it is DC.
The Suicide Squad?
No, that was
Batman versus Superman.
No,
Aquaman did
Aquaman. Yeah.
Did make $1 billion. That's right.
that's
I remember watching that. And
Okay,
honestly enjoying it.
so those are the five. So here's where it gets kicker. So like I said, we already have 5 in 2026. Presuming that, let's even pretend Dune 3 makes $1 billion, right, and we get to 7 because I think Doomsday is probably a safe bet to make $1 billion. So we're gonna have 6, maybe 7. That will not break the record because we had 9
In 2019.
in 2019.
I was thinking.
Can
the
you
whole
name
time.
the nine
Captain
movies?
Marvel.
That's
Endgame.
1. That's 2.
Far From Home?
That's 3.
All right, we got
I
3.
I think it's
Marvel.
9. Yeah, it's 9. Yeah, 9.
All right.
There was Fast 9.
Hang on. Sorry, I got this list here. No, there was no
Rise
Fast
of
here.
Skywalker.
That's another one. Bang.
Is there a Jumanji movie in there?
There was no Jumanji movie.
God damn it.
Let me just count. Let me just make sure I had it right at 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 9. So no Jumanji. You got Rise of Skywalker. You got the Marvel ones. Captain Marvel, Far From Home, Endgame. You have a couple more.
Okay.
Any of them
There's-
animated?
2 of them. Well, one of them actually. I'm sorry. 1 animated. Oh, 2 animated. Sorry, 2 animated. 2 Disney live actions.
Yeah, it's The Lion King.
Yep,
Is one
that's
of them,
one.
right?
That's 1.
And
Can't believe that movie made that much money. But then you got another.
Jungle Book.
yeah, it's
No.
not bleak.
One.
What's another live action?
It's not Jungle Book. It's not.
You got 2 animated ones, a wild card.
Oh my god! The
then-
live action. This one has like people in it.
Yeah, there's people in this one.
It's a princess. It's
Yes.
fuck.
Directed by a guy who I'm surprised directed a.
Oh my god! It's also starring Will Smith. It's
Aladdin.
Aladdin.
Yeah, word.
Oh my god! It's Aladdin.
All right, so you got
Okay,
3
how many have I
left.
got?
You got
Three
6
left.
out of 9. You got 3 left.
I think these are animated. 2 of them were animated.
2 animated, 1 that I was like, oh fuck yeah, that did make $1 billion.
Okay. Let's see if we
19.
can get the animated ones.
Both
Is there a
sequels.
Despicable Me?
No, both sequels. Both Disney.
Disney.
Disney was on some shit. This
Yeah,
year.
they
Toy
made
Story
so
4.
much. Yep, bang, that's 1.
Okay.
Which one you say?
Toy
Story 4.
I was trying to remember.
No, you guys have named that was one you kept naming that you had to have the year right. These other 2 you have not said once since we started, and
Oh.
it's a sequel, and then there's another one that's live action, animated sequel, and a live action movie that
Did
I
Incredibles
forgot.
2 come out this year?
you already got. That was back in 2018.
Oh,
you got that one.
yeah,
now.
yeah.
Ooh, this is good. This is good. 2019. We haven't been naming it.
Animated.
Animated.
Disney.
Sequel.
Sequel.
I forgot this movie came out, to be honest.
Frozen 2.
Bang! There it is.
Yep. Oh, good shit.
And then the outlier, this fucking overrated movie. Holy shit, we were all way high on this thing in 2019. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Well, it's not Blade Runner. It's not.
That movie did not make $1 billion.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm just thinking of like
We
people.
were really high on this movie.
It got a lot of praise and nominations.
And you said How the Mighty Have Fallen.
Oh, it fell.
Joker.
Joker! There it is!
Wow, that's right. Joker.
Joker made $1 billion.
Wow.
Yeah. There were $9 billion movies
That
in
made $1
fucking
billion.
2019.
That's
That's
right.
why. So the video I saw about this, where I want to ask you guys, because like he was like, this guy was like, yeah, we're gonna have a potential of 7 this year, which is crazy. That's gonna be almost a record breaker, but not
That's
the
the
2019.
best of the decade.
Yeah.
We're back. We're
We're
finally
back in the decade. I mean,
ish.
yeah.
We're
I mean, it's
back to
higher.
the
It's high.
pre-COVID
It's the
levels.
second highest of the century.
I mean, what
Even
are we
with
saying now? 5?
even with Chess Doomsday, we're at 5 currently, and
We
there's gonna be
could- I mean,
2.
Mike and I were saying it. We could get to 8 if Hunger Games does something crazy.
I think Hunger Games could do it.
I think you could do it. So I think we're gonna have 7 with a maybe of 8. Dune 3, the way Odyssey's performing, I could see Dune 3 edging it out barely, but I think you
With
could do
the
it.
IMAX screens and all that stuff,
Yeah.
the premium people are paying.
Well, good. You guys did pretty well
Um,
with that. I'm impressed. I was. It's hard because it's hard to remember the year. You're like,
yeah.
that movie come out in
When
20.
you were naming the years, I was like, oh, it's got to be 2019.
Well, Mike, yeah, you guys immediately had
I
that queued. I'm like,
forgotten
yeah.
about like the Marvel. I had remembered just strictly Endgame and Far From Home. I didn't even think about
Captain Marvel, yeah.
Captain Marvel.
Well, I remember because, shout out Mike, you felt like you had to see Captain Marvel. It was
Yeah.
the last one before Endgame, and you
Yep.
felt like you needed to see it.
And then,
I remember Mike hating it.
yeah.
Confirmed Mike hates women. All right.
Word. All right. I don't know if you guys want to round around the horn or you guys want to call it. I'm up to you guys.
Sure.
Yeah,
You guys
I don't-
watch anything interesting?
I'll keep it brief. I did a Paul Newman double feature because I'd never seen any of his movies. 60s movies, which I just love the look of those 60s movies, man. They just
Mm-hmm.
something about it. I saw Cool Hand Luke,
Okay.
which is super. Seth MacFarlane must be a huge fan of it because it's so many Family Guy jokes in there. Not even just the episode where they do it, like it's all Family Guy bits. He's cool, man. Paul Newman, he's just got the charm. It's funny. It's lighthearted. It's not really like the prison escape movie I thought it was going to be. It's more like just these prisoners just bonding over shit. And then I watched Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, which was a really good Western. And yeah, we were talking about Robert Redford earlier, like never getting rejected. I forget what we were talking about, Mike, a while back. I don't think you should legally be able to look like that dude. And this dude is like, he's just getting like, the dude is just like out here like, I'm a cowboy. I'm like, bro, you should get on the modeling things. It's like he's out there like.
Did you see how he had these women acting when he died? He had these he had like, blanking on their names, but these are like well-respected women who have like husbands, and they were like, I remember Robert Redford, and it's like the movie I had with him and our love, and it was like, God damn, man. Imagine being her husband, and you've been together for 40 years, and she's still talking about the 6 months she spent with Robert Redford.
That's why I joke about this movie. I'm like, this is Lydia Grandma's favorite threesome, bro. Like this is Paul Newman and Robert Redford, just like the two dudes who were up in the 60s. But no, they were really good. I actually want to watch more of their movies from that era, like the mid to late 60s into the 70s, because they did a ton individually and together, and they're really good. I was enjoying it. So that's the only thing.
Well, I didn't watch. I did watch 2 movies, but they're not nearly as iconic or well respected. I watched Evil Dead Rise and then Evil Dead Burn.
Some Dead. I saw. I never saw Burn. I saw Rise.
Yeah,
I did it.
Burn?
Yeah, I did back to back. I liked Burn better than Rise.
Yeah.
Rise was. I mean, they're just they're getting back into the franchise. It's it's
Gross.
like mean, a little bit silly, a little bit gross, but it felt like for all the violence and the gore, it felt very strangely tame. Like a lot of people get possessed, and they try and say like something mean to you, and like it's like, oh, you're an idiot and you shouldn't have read the book. And I was like, that's the best the demon has.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, I was like, that seems a little tame. I don't know. You could come up with something else, something personal, deep, cutting. I don't know. But then like they tried to actually put a story onto Burn, which worked in the abstract for me. It's like a domestic violence kind of thing. Our main character was in a troubled marriage with this man. He then dies, or so you think. He's also possessed. He's possessed and he dies. And then she has to deal with his horrible family. And then, he his like reanimated charred corpse comes out, and that's how the demon possession starts spreading. And so she's dealing with like traumatic flashbacks of the violence he inflicted, and then there's a lot of violence in the movie, and there's a lot of shots taken at like the men in the family and like the matriarch who's like big mama's big boy mom kind of thing. And so that worked until the climax is like him versus her, and he's like, you liked me when I beat you. And it's like, I don't know if this is still working for me, but
Yeah.
I thought it was better than Rise because at least it had like a story.
Yeah.
But it's like a mean kind of silly franchise. There's some really good gags with there's a grandma who has a mobility stair scooter, and there are several funny scenes where she's like trying to escape the demon, and it's like she gets possessed and they like strap her to it and she's like
That's
kind of
funny.
thing. It's really fun.
That's funny.
They cast like a younger lady and like dressed her up as old, and she's having the time of her fucking life.
That's funny
as
as
an
fuck.
old lady.
That's good.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah. I'm assuming
All right,
and
and Oak Street. Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah, I'll just round us out. I did watch one new movie this week. I know Brian's seen it. It was Aang, the Last Avatar, or the Last Airbender. Excuse me.
A lot of fighting in that one.
Yeah, I mean, as a fan of the show and the animated show, let me get that off the rip.
Yeah, just clarify.
The Netflix piece of shit that they're putting.
I'm not affiliated with you.
I'm
Not affiliated.
Yeah,
Not affiliated with you.
Brian, I don't
Incredible.
really know how else to describe this movie. I think your Letterboxd review is spot on. You said like hollow, but damn, does it look good? Like,
Yeah.
that's exactly.
There's not a whole lot to it. It's just
nail on the head. Like, there's not really a ton going on. I thought the voice acting was actually exceptional. Like that one guy that plays Sokka sounds exactly like the kid that played Sokka. I was surprised it wasn't him. But yeah, pretty hollow. But as far as like, there are a lot of series followed up by a movie that get put out several years later. I've been watching a couple of them this year. Usually those massacre my franchises. This one, it's not insulting,
Oh, that's good.
It didn't insult me with this
Yeah,
movie, which can't be said for.
doesn't add anything though, right? It's just kind of like
it doesn't. It's not like it's not gonna. It's kind of a harmless movie in the end.
If you liked Avatar but wanted to see what the fights look like with like Demon Slayer level of like animation, that's like the only way I can describe it as a positive. Like it's like you get to see them deke it out in a way more like elaborate, intense way. But like the story, like I couldn't tell you anything. Like it's like there's nothing.
There's a little, not a lot going on.
Yeah, but it was cool.
But
Cool to
it's
see.
fun. But
Word.
yeah, that wraps it up for this week. Good
right.
long episode for you sickos watching who are still
Yeah,
here. So we
hell yeah.
appreciate you. But yeah, we'll look forward to talking.
Whoever you are.
End of Oak Street next week. Remember
Word.
we used to
Alex
be like,
said-
if you're still watching, comment and we'll Venmo you.
Comment, yeah, I'll send you $5. Comment your Venmo. But you heard it here, folks.
We'll surround you in your castle and
Yeah,
and slowly
exactly. Yeah.
play mind games with you.
We're gonna send people over your wall to chip away at your psyche.
That's right.
Actually, if you stuck around this long, you'll know that we actually only spent 10 minutes on the pod, and the rest of the time was us slowly making tea
Yeah.
meticulously.
I've been doing that off screen this whole time.
My God, when he went for the second scoop of water, I couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
Oh man. Alright, that was fun. Peace out.
Peace.
I gotta-